Good afternoon, y'all. This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope y'all are having a blessed, wonderful day. Hope y'all are doing well out there. We almost at the end of the week. We have one more day, and we be pretty much at the weekend. So hope y'all have had a blessed, wonderful week so far, and I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna get into the topic for this video, and today is May 19th, which would have been the 97th birthday of Brother Malcolm. Minister Malcolm X, Al Haj Al Malik Al Shabazz. Al Haj Malik Al Shabazz. Would have been his 97th birthday today. He was born on today, 1925, in Omaha, Nebraska. Um, the son of Earl Little. I can't remember his mom's name right offhand. But Malcolm's father was a minister, as we all know, or who familiar with the story about Malcolm. His father was a minister. They traveled around the country. They lived around pretty much around the Midwest. They lived in Omaha for a little bit, which is where he was born. Lived in Milwaukee. Then they settled in Lansing, Michigan, which is where Malcolm spent most of his formative years. Was in Lansing. His father was a minister there. He was a big advocate of Garveyism, which means Africa for black people go back to Africa. That's our homeland. That's what we should be. We shouldn't be here in America. He was about black people's, Marcus Garvey was about black people starting their own businesses, um, living amongst ourselves, you know, being brothers and sisters. He didn't think that we had a future here in America. He wanted black people to migrate to Africa. So Malcolm's father was a big advocate of Garveyism, which was real big in the 1920s. His father was murdered by the Klan when Malcolm was small, by the KKK in Lansing. They murdered his father, and Malcolm, after his father died, his mom, she was distraught, emotionally distraught, and she kind of lost control, mental control. She was committed to a state institution, and that broke up the family. The state of Michigan broke up Malcolm's family. They murdered his father, and then they sent his mother to a mental institution because they declared her not mentally sane. And so that's what Malcolm, he moved around. He lived in a boarding home with a bunch of white kids and went to school with white children. And that from there, he wanted to be a lawyer, and the teacher told him that he would be good with his hands being a carpenter. And that played a number on Malcolm. That really hurt him, and he just didn't see a future for himself. Fast forward to his teenage years, he went into a life of crime. He was known as Detroit Red because back then people hadn't heard about Lansing, and so but they heard about Detroit. So he became Detroit Red. He was a pimp, drug dealer, thief, what so have you. All kind of sorts of things he was doing. And he was doing it in Harlem and in Boston as well. A lot of years was spent in Boston. He had family there. Um, Went to life of crime, and he was arrested, sent to prison. Fast forward to about his about mid 20s. He converted to Islam while he was in prison, got out of prison, and then he was accepted into the Nation of Islam, became a minister under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be unto him. And from there on, we know Malcolm X as we know him today. Um, he dedicated temples to the Nation of Islam in Detroit, in Philly, in Boston, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, all over the country, LA, where so have you, whatever major city, Miami. He dedicated many temples to the Nation of Islam, and he spread the message of Allah and of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that Black people, we need to do for self. We need to separate from this enemy that's killing us. We need to just, separate from among America, separate, live amongst ourselves, do for ourselves. And he conveyed this message for 13 years, for 12 years actually, from 1952 to 1964. He conveyed this message. Black people, we need to separate. You know, he conveyed the message of Islam. He demanded justice for Black people. This was what Malcolm was doing for 12 years. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Drop your comments below. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the love and support. But meanwhile, just hit that thumbs up button. But yeah, for 12 years, he just conveyed the message of the Nation of Islam and Elijah Muhammad. Black people, we need to do for self. We need to separate. We need to drop our slave names and adopt our African ancestry. He preached this. He preached this for 12 years. For 12 years, there was a rift between about 1964, late 1963, early 1964. There was a rift between Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the FBI, the CIA, they seized on this. There have been reports, and I read stories that Malcolm was spreading rumors about Elijah Muhammad sleeping with women, getting women pregnant, and all his sexual innuendos. We could have our differences, we could say whatever it was. We weren't there. But Black people lost. When Malcolm separated from the Nation of Islam, I'm not taking sides in this. I love the Nation of Islam. I have love for Minister Farrakhan, for the brothers and sisters that's in the nation now. Elijah Muhammad, as far as I'm concerned, is the greatest Black man in the history of our people. He is the greatest historical figure for in Black history. He is. There's no question about it. There's no one greater than Elijah Muhammad. I mean, he had businesses. The Nation of Islam is still strong, 92 years and counting. What Black organization can you speak of that has been going strong for almost 100 years? I challenge you. Drop it in the comments. Let me know. There is none. Drop it in the comments. Prove me wrong. But in any event, there was a rift between Malcolm and the Nation. He split. He did an interview with Mike Wallace, spewing these innuendos about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And people in the nation, they were pissed. They wanted Malcolm dealt with. They did. They wanted Malcolm dealt with because they felt that he had become a traitor and that he was just disrespecting his teacher, his teachings, and the brothers and sisters in the nation, and they wanted to deal with them. Elijah Muhammad told them, he said, leave Brother Malcolm alone. Leave him alone. Leave Brother Malcolm alone. Let him go. He'll come back. He will come back to us. Leave him alone. Let him be. And the brothers and sisters in the nation, they obeyed the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and they did not bother with Malcolm. They let him alone. They let him alone. This is documented. Matter of fact, this book here, But Didn't You Kill Malcolm? It explains it all. It explains everything I'm talking about. Great book by brother Demetric Muhammad, brother in the nation. Great book. I bought it last year around this time, but it explains everything I just said. So Malcolm went out on his own, took the pilgrimage to Mecca, went to Cairo, Egypt, The CIA tried to kill Brother Malcolm in Cairo. They poisoned him. While he was in Cairo, Egypt, they poisoned him. Thankfully, he survived. Barely, but he survived. His stomach was pumped. They pumped his stomach, able to get the poison out. He survived. That was assassination attempt number one. This was in the summer of 1964. I believe it was in July. He went to he tried to go to France, but they wouldn't allow him entry because the CIA had called ahead and they denied him entry. So he came back to the United States. He was under surveillance from the FBI, the CIA. They had his phones tapped. Not only that, but the FBI had infiltrated the nation. Mosque number 26 in Newark, New Jersey. They had infiltrators in the nation, as well as infiltrators in Malcolm's organization, his security team. I can't think of the brother's name right now, but the NYPD had a mole in his security. So they were following Malcolm, they were taking notes, and they were giving it back to the FBI and the CIA. This evil government was plotting to kill Brother Malcolm. Not the Nation of Islam, not the Nation of Islam. I cannot be more clear on that and specify that. It wasn't the nation. There were infiltrators in the nation, just like in the Black Panther Party. There were people that were moles and infiltrators who were COINTELPRO in the Black Panther Party that murdered Chairman Fred Hampton, that set up Huey Newton and Bobby Seale. There were infiltrators in Dr. King's circle. You cannot name me not one Black organization or one powerful Black man in the 1960s that was not under surveillance from this government. You cannot name me one. Medgar Evers, Dr. King, Chairman Fred Hampton, Brother Malcolm, the Nation of Islam, as strong as they were, as strong as they are, and they were back then, they had moles. They had people who were COINTELPRO. They were in Malcolm's circle. They were keeping tabs on Brother Malcolm, going back and reporting to J. Edgar Hoover's people, to the CIA, to Lyndon Johnson, all the way up to the White House. It's, like I said, it's in this book here. But Didn't You Kill Malcolm? It's in this book. Look it up. Everything I'm telling you, it's in that book by Brother Dimitri Muhammad. I would suggest, if you want to know more about this, go on the Final Call website and order this book. Great read, great read. In any event, so the wheels to take out Malcolm were in motion from 1964, when he split from the Nation of Islam, until his death on February 21st, 1965, in the Audubon Ballroom in Harlem. So the wheels were in motion. They were in motion. Fast forward 1965, Malcolm realized that with him being out there by himself, probably I'll say late 1964, early 1965, he realized that he was a sitting duck. He was a target. When he was with the nation, the nation had his back. They would not have murdered Malcolm if he had stayed in the nation. But Brother Malcolm wrote the Honorable Elijah Muhammad letters asking his forgiveness and asking to come back to the Nation of Islam. Look this up, y'all. It is documented. It's in this book that I told you about. But Didn't You Kill Malcolm? By Brother Dimitri Muhammad. He was trying to come back into the Nation of Islam. Was trying to come back to the nation. But the letters never were received by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I've heard people say, and I believe it, that his sons, they were jealous of Malcolm because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad looked at Malcolm as a son. He wasn't his biological father, but he loved Malcolm like he was his own son, like he was his biological son. And the sons were jealous of this. Warith Deen Muhammad, better known as Wallace D. Muhammad, and the lot other sons from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They were jealous of Brother Malcolm because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad loved him more than he loved his own sons, or respected him more than he respected his own sons. So the letters never got to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't know if they were burned or if they were shredded, but they never got to him. Um, I read that there was a phone message that he sent the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that he never received. I don't. It probably was intercepted. More than likely, it was intercepted. But he was writing to come back to the nation. He was writing to come back to his teacher. And I firmly believe that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be unto him, would have allowed Malcolm to come back to the fold. He would have accepted him with open arms. Malcolm was the prodigal son. And we know the story of the prodigal son. He came back to his father. So Malcolm was that prodigal son, like the Bible speaks about. Hit the thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, drop your comments below. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks a lot. But meanwhile, just hit that thumbs up button. But um, but yeah, he was trying to come back to the nation, and it was this government, the FBI, along with the New York Police Department, murdered Brother Malcolm. They took him out. They took him out. They did not want him to come back into the nation. They knew he was coming back. They knew it. They took him out. And we could get into the fact that, I've heard stories over the years. When I found out about Brother Malcolm, I was 14 years old. I was in eighth grade. I bought the autobiography by Alex Haley. Um, and was it the Detroit News or the Detroit Free Press? I can't remember. But shout out to them. On Malcolm X's 65th birthday, February 21st, 1990, they did a whole 40, I think it was like 30 or 40 something page section, just a whole section on the life and death of Malcolm X. They broke it down from the day he was born to the day he died. They did interviews from people that were still alive, classmates, his running buddies on the streets of Detroit and Harlem, in Boston, relatives, his wife, his daughters, people in the nation. They did a whole like 40 something page just section dedicated to the life and death of Malcolm X. And I lost that section. I lost that section of the Detroit News. I had it for years. And you know how you move and you misplace things. And I lost it. And I hate I did that. I wish I still had it. But I think it went more in depth than the book did. I mean, it just broke it down piece by piece. And that's why I learned about Malcolm. And from as a 14-year-old boy, I knew then, I said, nah, the nation didn't have anything to do with it. The Nation of Islam did not have anything to do with murdering Malcolm X. The Nation of Islam do not believe in carrying guns. Malcolm was gunned down. Members of the nation do not carry weapons. They are forbidden to carry weapons, even now. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan forbid the brothers and sisters in the nation from carrying firearms. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be unto him, the same thing. He forbade brothers and sisters in the nation from carrying firearms. So they didn't have nothing to do with it. And on his orders, he told them to leave Malcolm alone, that he will come back to the fold. And they left him alone. They followed orders. As a matter of fact, Malcolm trained the Fruit of Islam. They're the paramilitary group for they train the boys and the men to be soldiers in the nation, to be outstanding citizens, to be outstanding and excellent husbands and fathers and men and boys and men. They train them. The FOI. Malcolm started that. Malcolm trained them. Malcolm trained them. So he knew what they were capable of. Also, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, an interview I saw a few weeks back, he stated that back in the 50s and early 60s, that the FOI, they used to carry pipes. They were called the pipe squad. And anyone that got out of line or were a threat or did something that wasn't that was a turncoat pretty much, or did something that was considered treacherous, they went upside their heads with these pipes. Malcolm trained them. Malcolm trained these men. And when the Honorable Minister Farrakhan took over the Nation of Islam, he disbanded them from carrying pipes because he said the violence that we put out is going to come back to us. So he got rid of the pipe squad. He got rid of that. But that doesn't mean that them brothers still won't throw them things if they have to. They will defend themselves if they have to. So don't push them. And the sisters will too. I have much respect and love for the Nation of Islam. I've said it on my podcast. I said it here in my YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, I have love for the late brother Malcolm. I got these glasses as an inspiration from him being my inspiration. That's why I wear these glasses. As a matter of fact, this T-shirt, my wife got it for me in New York when she went there a few years back. She went to Harlem and she purchased this T-shirt for me. I love Brother Minister Malcolm. Peace be unto him. I still wish he was here today. And like I said, people will say that the nation has something to do with it. That the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan orchestrated, along with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be unto him. They could say what they want to say. It's lies. They can't prove it. And people could take sides and say, well, Malcolm was a traitor to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the nation. Or they could say, I hate the nation. They were wrong for what they did, this and that. No, I'm not taking sides, and you shouldn't either. This is what white supremacy want us to do. They want us to take sides, divide and conquer, divide and conquer. It's classic. It's a classic page from White Supremacy 101. This is what they want. I'm not falling to that BS. I'm not doing it. And don't y'all do it either. Malcolm's death was a blow, was a huge loss to the Black community. I'm not taking sides. I love the Nation of Islam. I love Brother Malcolm. I love both of them. Were there a rift? Yeah. Were there disagreements? Yeah, there was. Was it unfortunate? Of course. Of course. But I'm not taking sides. Like I said, and I cannot specify this enough, I love the Nation of Islam and I love Brother Malcolm. I wish he could have came back, because I promise you, Black people will not be in the state that they're in now. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that. It was a loss for the Black community. It was a blow to us. There wasn't a win. There wasn't, no, it was a blow. It was a blow to us. It hurt the nation. They were hurt. We were hurt. Malcolm's family was hurt. It was a blow to Black people everywhere. It was a blow. There were no winners. Well, yeah, it was. White supremacy won. America won. But Black people lost. We lost a great champion. Hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button down. Drop your comments below. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the love and support. Give me 1 second. I gotta charge my device. So just give me 1 second. Hit that thumbs up button for me, family. Smash that thumbs up button. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, it was a blow. No one won but white supremacy. The FBI, the CIA, Hoover and his goons, they won. The Johnson administration, they won. We lost. So it was just unfortunate. But black people, do not get into this whole I hate the Nation of Islam. If you don't agree with their principles or what their teachings are, that's fine. We could agree. Like I always say on here in my podcast, let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Can we do that, black people? Other races of people do it all the time, but they stay on code. Can we stay on code? Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. It's okay to disagree, but to be disagreeable, to let it divide us, let's not do that. And that's what white supremacy wanted to do when Malcolm was assassinated. They wanted people to point fingers and blame the Nation of Islam, and they still doing it today, despite what Brother Dimitri Muhammad said in his book. It debunked all those lies and myths. So I urge you, please go on the Final Call website, purchase the book, read the truth, stop it with the BS. Can we, or can you, we can all agree on everything. We're going to find disagreements, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. You don't have to agree with everything that the nation says. You don't have to agree with everything that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, but respect that man. He's given his life, has risked his life for the black community for close to 70 years, y'all. He just turned 89 last week. The man just turned 89 years old last week. Last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Let's give him his flowers while he's here. Let's give the brothers and sisters in the nation their flowers while they're here. Let's just respect them for the work that they have been doing in the black community for almost 100 years. No black organization has been B1, has put black people first for that long. Not one. They all look at the Black Panther Party. The government tore them apart. Dissension in the ranks. Whether it was drugs or whatever it was, lies and myths, whatever it was, but it's dissension in the ranks. We can't have faith in the NAACP, the Negroes always apologizing to Caucasian people, or the CBC, coons backing Caucasians, or a lot of y'all know them as the Congressional Black Caucus, the National Urban League. No, we can't. I got to find an acronym for them too. I will. Al Sharpton, he's a joke. He wanted all lives mattered, us getting massacred by a devil. He wanted all lives matter, our massacre. So these people are enemies. The Nation of Islam, they're for black people, have been that way for 92 years, since 1930, when they were started in Detroit, my hometown. You don't have to agree with everything they say. You don't have to agree with everything the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, but let's respect them. They are B1. Let's give them their love and respect. Please, black people. I'm not asking y'all to join the nation or become Muslim. It's not about that. It's about black people who put black people first, who love black people. I know I kind of digress, but yeah, Malcolm's death was a blow to us all. It was a blow to us all. I love the Nation of Islam and I love Brother Malcolm. Happy birthday to you, Brother Malcolm. Happy 97th birthday. I wish you were still here among us. Much love to his daughters. I don't know all their names. I know Quabila. I've heard of. I'm familiar with her and his surviving daughters, his surviving family members. My prayers to y'all, and Happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday to y'all father, brother Minister Malcolm X, El Haj Malik Al Shabazz. Happy birthday, brother Malcolm. And like I said, and I can't stress this enough, I love brother Malcolm. I love the Nation of Islam. We can have love for both. What there a rift between them, of course. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And what's even more fortunate is that this devil seized on it and it caused the death of a great black man who was our champion. So I love both. And you could do the same, black people. Don't let this devil divide us into hating one and loving the other. Don't, no, let's not, now is not the time for that. Don't let them do that. Don't let them pick who our heroes are and who our villains are. Don't do that. Don't do that. We pick who our heroes are and who our villains are. We do it, not them. We do it. On that note, black people, I love you. God bless. Take care. Hit that thumbs up button, smash it down, drop your comments below. And like I've always said and will continue to say, we can agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's do that. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the level of support and share this video. Let's get the conversation out there. An adult conversation among intelligent black people. Intelligent black people that are conscious. I'm not with this whole woke thing because a lot of these woke people need to go to bed. They need to be sung a lullaby. So this is for intelligent black people that are conscious, that are aware. So share this video, get it out there on social media, drop your comments below, and hit that thumbs up button. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. I love you much. Have a blessed, wonderful day. I love you, and take care. I'll talk to you soon. All right, now. Y'all take care. I'm out. Peace.